It's easy to stay up to date with all things childcare. Simply click the subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video.
10 parenting tips you should always practice. There are many things that parents should keep in mind when raising their kids. Many of these things can't be taught, they need to be done out of love and the natural desire to protect your children. This video will provide some parenting tips that will help you along the way. Don't resent your child. It may seem like a strange thing to say, but it happens all too often. Many parents resent having their children because they take up all their time or require us to sacrifice certain things that we would otherwise enjoy doing. Whether or not this is true for you, you need to ensure that resentment doesn't play a part in your relationship with your child. This will only cause problems down the road and prevent them from growing up to be well-rounded adults who can handle adversity when it arises in their own lives. Don't compare your child with other kids. It's a good idea to have a sense of healthy competition between siblings and other family members, but never compare one child's success to another. This will give your children the impression that they are competing against each other for your love or affection, which will only cause problems later on. Don't coddle them too much. You don't want your kids to think everything will be taken care of for them, but you also don't want them to feel completely on their own. Allow your children to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes, but never let them take the easy way out by doing whatever feels good at the time without thinking about the consequences. Tell them when they're doing well. Tell your child when they do well will help shape their self-esteem into something that can stand up to any type of adversity that comes their way during life. Positive parenting makes sure your child knows you're proud of them. If you only tell them when they're wrong or misbehave, they will always think this is how they measure up in life. Don't forget your own well-being is key to having the patience you will need to make this follow through. Let your kids express their anger. It's healthy for kids to express their feelings, and it's even better when they can healthily do this. This will teach them how to control their anger and not resort to violence or other disrespectful acts when something goes wrong. Let them make their own decisions. You should always remember that you were once their age, therefore, you shouldn't be afraid to let your kids make the occasional decision without checking with you first. They will learn from these experiences and realize if they made the right choice by thinking it through instead of blindly following others. By allowing your children just enough freedom, then sooner or later, they will start making good decisions on their own. Give them age-appropriate responsibility. It's important to let your kids gradually take on more responsibility as they get older so that they can learn at their own pace. If you try to push them too far too fast, they may start resenting you later on in life when things become tough for them. Let them explore their surroundings. Exploring outside your neighborhood gives kids a sense of independence while teaching them where different stores are located around town. Plus, they'll have some exciting stories to tell their friends afterward if they decide to check out nature trails. A baby's brain comprises billions of nerve cells that are programmed to connect with other cells as they learn. When a child is born, neurons branch out from one area of the brain and start reaching for neurons in other areas. This makes it possible for a baby's mind to form new memories and recognize patterns. Your baby's brain has many trillions of connections to make, but it's not until your little one is at least 2 years old that the brain begins forming the connections needed for language. If you're too protective of your child's safety, then they will never learn how to take care of themselves around the neighborhood because it will end up being too dangerous to go out alone. Support your child in every decision. Your kids may not always make the best decisions in life, but that's only natural because they haven't yet developed into mature adults just yet. Children who are encouraged to make choices about their future by themselves grow up to be more confident and successful than those forced into making big decisions. So whenever you feel like something is wrong, trust your gut feeling because you know your kid better than anyone else. Surprise them with new experiences. Kids like doing new things on their terms, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't introduce unique experiences into their lives either. Maybe you won't be able to watch a local play together or travel across state lines, but there are many other options for activities that will provide your child with memories that they'll never forget.
Hope you got value from this video. Remember to click the subscribe button and hit the bell so